Robel speaking, but you can call me BZ. Oh, am I on? Oh, shoot, okay. So I'm Robel. What's going on? You should get this is good. I'm filming right now. I'm in my moment. Thank you. Good to see you. Hello, I'm Robel Verheyen. I'm a person of Pizza Hotline. This is my hotline story. I've been at the 222 for 2 years. So initially, I was actually planning to go on a little trip, and a friend informed me. She's like, so if you're still looking for a job, I think you have the personality, come apply. I was like, okay, Cafe 22, let's do it. Then I walked in, the place looked fancy, the people looked fancy, and I was like, let's see how long I can make it. So started here at the Pizza Hotline as a server. First time serving, great experience. Learned to open bottles, drink, eat, yada yada. Now I'm currently holding a managerial position. It's a fantastic place to work. I think it's nice having that open dialogue between like employer, franchisee, franchisor. Just feels like I'm working for a giant family. Feel like I'm part of the family, so always a good time. My main thing was I really wanted to know how the pizzas were made. I've had this tradition of just eating them every Friday with family for as long as I can remember, for at least 5 years. Called the 222, get the 2 extra large deal, and it was fantastic. But now I needed to know, and you think it's pepperoni cheese dough, but I thought there might be a little something more, so I came in for that. But what really got me was just the environment, the aspect of working here. It was really cool, right on Corden. I love Corden. Corden's my favorite place on earth. If you ask my favorite memory of Pizza Hotline, it would be one of like just waiting at that door, opening it, and then we had our pizzas. But working here, I've had so many memorable moments. My favorite thing is I love people. I love people watching. I love talking to people, and I don't think I'd sum it up into one thing. It's just being here, talking to the amount of people I get to talk to in a day, the many interactions I've made, the demographics you see. It's a welcoming place, and I don't know if I'd have one singular memory, but I think I cherish the fact that I've made many memories here. Growing up, my father had a restaurant, and at the time, it was just a fun place to be. It was, again, I really do love just interacting with people, I think. Just seeing people, talking to them, finding different ways to kind of see what makes them click, make them happy, make them smile. That's something I really thrive on, and I enjoy it. I didn't realize it then, but then working here and working before this falafel place, not as a server per se, but as a dishwasher, just kind of seeing how the restaurant business works. My ultimate ambition is to open my own little restaurant. If possible, I would love to have something on Corden, but I want to open something I can call my own. Eventually, that's something I would love to do, is go back home to Africa and open some there. I want to start like a chain that's based out of there with ethnic foods from there, mixing Eastern and Western foods with, just rich like Western knowledge on wine and then like a little Northern knowledge on whiskey and such, and kind of really infusing my own menu. Just putting me on a menu, but I guess edible. It sounds a little weird, but yeah. One of the most important things to me, I think, in life is to give. Just to give as much as you get. Yeah, like to give as much as you get, I think, is one of the most important things. I feel the more you give, the more you get, but just to be in a position to give and to get, whether it's time, whether it's money, whether it's love, whether it's whatever people need, I think that's one of the most, I want to give as much as I can, and if I were to leave my mark, I want to leave it as a giver more than anything. A big bucket list. So I can't swim, it's no secret. I hate the water. I have feet. I walk. I don't swim. I don't believe in swimming. But I tried very recently tubing. Almost died, but didn't die. I also tried parasailing. Another big fear of mine is heights. So I'm hoping, but before the summer ends, I want to skydive. I want to go to Steinbach and skydive, but I was thinking, why not combine the two? And I think if everything goes well in a few years, I want to go to the coral reefs and I want to skydive into the water with a life jacket. I don't plan to swim, but I think that would be one of my ultimate goals on a bucket list. One piece of advice. I think it's important to note we've been talking about Pizza Hotline, and if there's advice that I could give anyone, I think we have to respect food, and certain foods go with certain foods, other foods don't. You should never put pineapple on your pizza. I think it's disrespectful to fruit to cook it. Fruit is served cold and fresh, first of all. You don't mix fruit with cheese. This is an opinion of a pizza expert, mind you. Don't put pineapple on your pizza. There's so many other ingredients. There's mushroom, there's green pepper, banana pepper, jalapeno. If it's getting too spicy for you, you could tone it down. Get some garlic, onion. Caramelized onion is sweet. You could put honey on your crust. That's actually, I don't eat crust, but now I do because I put honey on my crust. Don't put pineapple on your pizza. I would be, I think, if you could take anything away from my interview today, I would say that. Sorry, I called it an interview. If you could take anything away from my speech today, don't put pineapple on your pizza. A really cool thing about Pizza Hotline is it's not the only pizza place in Winnipeg, but I feel like in a sense it's also one of the only ones. I hope this doesn't offend any of the other ones, but it's one of the few that you should trust. It's a homegrown. It's homegrown. It's from here. It's the coolest thing about people from Winnipeg is, regardless of what others may think, is that they're from Winnipeg. It's people that are surviving -40, -50 weather, and then in 2 months their body has to get used to +30. If I were to stand up right now, my shirt's probably soaked, but it's just what we do in Winnipeg. We truck on, and I think Hotline carries that, and it's just, just even what I'm wearing right now, just walking around, this is something that the Hotline inspired someone to do. It says Hotline Bling. It's not Drake inspired. It's Hotline inspired, and I think that's just, you root for the home team, and this is the home team. It's the best pizza in Winnipeg, of course, but it's also the home team.